अपना डेलीगेशंस भेजे हैं, हर राज्य के मुख्यमंत्री के पास डेलीगेशन भेजे हैं, सबको रिक्वेस्ट किया गया है, सब पार्टियों को रिक्वेस्ट किया गया है कि महिला बिल को आप लोग समर्थन कीजिए। हाथ जोड़ के हमारे डेलीगेशन वाले हर पार्टी, हर मुख्यमंत्री के पास गए थे, जिसका नतीजा आज आ रहा है मैडम। इसीलिए मैं केंद्र सरकार को भी धन्यवाद देता हूं, मेरे उड़ीसा के मुख्यमंत्री को धन्यवाद देता हूं कि उनके मेहनत आज रंग लाया है और मां बहनों को रिजर्वेशन मिलेगा, ये उम्मीद मैं करता हूं। उसके साथ साथ एक छोटी सी बात कहना चाहता हूं, रिजर्वेशन क्या होगा मुझे तो पता नहीं, आगे चल के उम्मीद करता हूं हो जाएगा, क्योंकि मैं इसका समर्थन करता हूं। माइनॉरिटीज के लिए भी कुछ किया जाए, केंद्र सरकार के माननीय मंत्रीगण यहाँ बैठे हैं, माइनॉरिटीज बहनों के लिए कुछ किया जाए, उन लोग का भी हक है, उन लोग का भी भागीदारी होना चाहिए। अगर संशोधन करना है तो संशोधन कीजिए, कानून में संशोधन कीजिए, संविधान में संशोधन कीजिए, लेकिन माइनॉरिटी बहनों को कुछ स्कोप दीजिए। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। नमस्कार। वंदे उत्कल जननी।
माननीय सदस्य श्रीमती वंदना चौहान।
Thank you, Madam. On behalf of the Nationalist Congress Party, I stand to support the 128th Constitution Amendment Bill. Ma'am, after consistent failures to pass the bill on reservation for women in Parliament and state legislatures, it is indeed a happy occasion that the bill...
आपके पास 2 मिनट का समय है.
Ma'am, 3 minutes at least you must give. The light of the day, at least in its passing, though we have serious doubts in its implementation. I come from Maharashtra, where we have been very fortunate to have leadership of Honorable Shri Sharad Pawar ji, who has taken concrete decisions for women. And I would like to touch upon a few. Maharashtra became the first state in India to have 33% reservation at all local self-government level in 1991. This was much before the 73rd, 74th Amendment that was passed in 1993. And I am a product of that decision. The Hindu Succession Act, 1956, in 1994, this gave equal right to women, the girls, the daughters, in the ancestral property. And this then became a law, a central legislation in 2005. There was an immediate decision taken. The as defense minister in the UPA regime, from June 91 to March 93, Pawar Saab took a decision to induct women in the armed forces. This too was an immediate decision which was implemented. Needless to remind this august House that the pride which filled us all to see Lieutenant Alka Khurana Sharma leading the contingent of the Republic Day in 1994. Ma'am, we in Maharashtra, under the leadership of Pawar Saab and during the UPA times, we have got used to seeing well-studied, well-researched bills which were put out immediately for implementation. And therefore, a bill such as this, which has to wait for census, delimitation, etc., is difficult for us to fathom and digest. Ma'am, I would like to ask the government, didn't you do the demonetization overnight? Didn't you declare a lockdown almost with immediate effect? Didn't you not bring in the bill to abrogate Article 370 without any notice on one fine morning? You are indeed a very capable government. Then why are you taking so much time to pass the reservation bill? Why can't the bill be implemented in 2024? There are no excuses. Why do we have to wait for a census? We have already delayed it. Why do we have to wait for delimitation? We know it's a difficult process because the southern states are going to stand up in arms. They have worked towards reduction of their population and the northern states have not done it. So delimitation is going to be a difficult process. Why do we not want to give reservation in Rajya Sabha and state legislative councils? According to me, ma'am, this bill appears to be intended, I'm finishing, to appease the women and girls of this country. Let us face it, this government has not been sensitive to women when they needed their protection. We have not forgotten and will not forget treatment meted out to our women wrestling champions. Release of convicts in the Bilkis Bano case. Ma'am, I've finished. Just 2 lines. Government silence on Hathras, Unnao and Kathua. Inaction on Manipur. In spite of several doubts about the implementation of this bill, for which time will only stand witness, we support the bill and make an appeal to reconsider the bill to make it implementable in 2024. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Honorable Abdul Wahab.
Thank you,
2 minutes.
madam. How many?
2 minutes, sir.
Oh, that's good. Thank you. And first of all, my party, Indian Union Muslim League, support this bill, but not wholeheartedly. We require this one reservation in reservation or quota in quota. But yesterday in the Lok Sabha and all we tried, but we know what will be happening to our demand, what will be happening to our amendment bill. But one thing I can say, caste is a reality. Even in Kerala, I am telling why, even in Kerala, our Devasam minister, Mr. Radhakrishnan, was telling, I experienced from the temple, being a minister of Devasam, he was not allowed to light what you call in the temple. That is the way it is going on. In Kerala, then what is the other places and all? And about Mr. Tiwari was talking about Rajasthan. But what is happening in Madhya Pradesh? What happening in Manipur? Okay, one incident happened. Immediately the CM went, Rajasthan CM went there. But so far, our Prime Minister is not looking at it, Manipur and all other places. So what I am trying to tell you, within 2 minutes, what I can tell you is, our party wholeheartedly will not support because of this. We support. We want this one. Because of Rajiv Gandhi, this happened in Panchayati Raj. Our ladies, Muslim ladies, they are working in our district in Kerala as district Panchayat presidents and all. But you being in the center with power, I request once again, consider Muslims not as a what you call just a minority. We are having this much of percentage here. At least consider. BJP also got, after triple talaq, all the Muslim women are with you. After the triple talaq bill, all Muslims are with you. I have seen ladies coming in buses here today. I don't know who brought them, but they are completely inside and outside New Delhi. That is good. It is Nari Shakti. I give all the respect to Amit Shah ji and the Prime Minister. At least if your niyat, intention is correct, then do one thing, do it first, if at all, because our Naddaji was telling, it is legally, it is not possible. Okay, if it is so, just see that 33% of the BJP candidates are competing in winnable seats. At the end of the day, we will come here again. We will be here, Rajya Sabha. So, including everywhere, anywhere, I want to see BJP MPs with triple talaq ladies coming here.
Time is over,
and
sir.
In future, we hope everywhere it will be happening. Thank you very much, and I support the bill.
Thank you. Ms. Indubala Goswami. Ms. Indubala Goswami. हाँ 3 minutes.
कहाँ है यार मेरा माननीय सभापति महोदय, मैं नारी शक्ति बंधन अधिनियम के समर्थन में बोलने के लिए खड़ी हुई हूँ। आपने मुझे बोलने का अवसर देकर अनुकंपित किया है, आपका आभार। मैं नारी शक्ति पर एक कविता के माध्यम से अपनी बात रखना चाहती हूँ। मुझको तो सारी धरती की जीवन गाथा दिखती है, भारतीय संस्कार की शुद्ध सुजाता दिखती है। तुमको भारत की बेटी में कमसिन कलियां दिखती हैं, मुझको भारत की बेटी में भारत माता दिखती है, मुझको भारत की बेटी में भारत माता दिखती है। महोदया, मेरा कविता सुनाने का तात्पर्य था कि देश में नारी को दुर्गा के रूप में देखा जाता है। जिस देश में कन्या का पूजन दुर्गा शक्ति के रूप में किया जाता है, जिस देश में नारी को सृष्टि की जननी माना जाता है, उस देश में आज़ादी के 75 इयर्स के बाद लोकसभा में मात्र 14 व राज्यसभा में 12% महिला जनप्रतिनिधि हों। देश की विधानसभा में यह संख्या नगण्य के बराबर हो, तो आप सब क्या कहेंगे? और ये भी संभव हुआ है तो हमारे देश के यशस्वी नेतृत्व आदरणीय श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के कारण। अगर नारी सृष्टि की जन्मदात्री है, अगर उसके बिना सृष्टि की कल्पना भी नहीं की जा सकती, तो फिर भला नारी कमजोर कैसे हुई? अगर नारी सृष्टि की जन्मदात्री है तो इस सभागार में बैठे हुए लोगों से मैं एक प्रश्न करना चाहती हूं कि अगर नारी सृष्टि की जन्मदात्री है तो एक मिनट के लिए सोचिए, अगर आपकी माँ की माँ ना होती तो क्या आपकी माँ होती? और अगर आपकी माँ ना होती तो इस सभागार में बैठे हुए चाहे पुरुष हैं चाहे महिला हैं, हम और आप होते क्या? मंदिर में बैठा हुआ, मंदिर में बैठे हुए, मंदिर में विराजित घनश्याम और श्री राम होते क्या अगर उनकी मां ना होती? फिर क्या कारण रहे कि आजादी के 70 वर्षों के से अधिक बीत जाने के बाद भी भारतीय नारी को वह सम्मान नहीं मिला जो उसको मिलना चाहिए था? वह सबला से अबला कैसे हो गई? प्रश्न आप सबके सम्मुख रखती हूँ, इस पर थोड़ा सोचिएगा। लेकिन नारी के अदम्य साहस, क्षमता व बुद्धिमत्ता को पहचान कर उसका समूचे राष्ट्र को एहसास करवाया तो वह देश के माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने अपने 9 वर्षों के कार्यकाल में करवाया। भारतीय नारी के लिए अमृत काल खंड का 19 सितंबर का शुभ दिन जब हमने नए संसद भवन में प्रवेश किया, नए भारत में भोर की नई किरणें लेकर आया है। अमृत काल के इस कालखंड में एक ऐसे भारत का निर्माण हो रहा है जहां समानता व सामाजिक न्याय की बुनियाद मजबूत हो रही है। सबका साथ, सबका विकास, सबका विश्वास और सबके प्रयास के मूल मंत्र पर चलते हुए देश की नारी शक्ति को मात्र आरक्षण देना ही देश के यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री जी का लक्ष्य नहीं है, बल्कि नारी शक्ति को ससम्मान नेतृत्व व निर्णय प्रक्रिया में पूर्णता भागीदार बनाना भी देश के प्रधानमंत्री जी का ध्येय है। यह इस विधेयक के नाम में ही रेखांकित हो जाता है। महिलाओं के लिए सीटें आरक्षित करने वाले इस विधेयक का नाम पहले महिला आरक्षण विधेयक था, परंतु देश के यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री मातृशक्ति को केवल आरक्षण ही नहीं बल्कि सम्मान भी देना चाहते थे। इसलिए इस विधेयक का नाम नारी शक्ति बंधन अधिनियम रखना देश के प्रधानमंत्री का देश की नारी शक्ति के प्रति कृतज्ञता को दर्शाता है। नारी उत्थान के लिए बहुत सी योजनाएं चलाई गईं। आप सब ने, जो मेरे पहले वक्ता थे, हमारे राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जी ने इसके बारे में विस्तार से बताया। मेरे पास चूंकि 3 मिनट का टाइम है, उस तरफ से कहा गया कि 9 सालों में आपने क्या किया अपने कार्यकाल के दौरान। लेकिन आपने तो 60 साल से अधिक इस देश पर शासन किया। आपने महिला बिल को लागू क्यों नहीं किया? आपने महिलाओं को वोट बैंक की राजनीति तक ही सीमित क्यों रखा? ताजा उदाहरण हिमाचल का मैं देती हूँ। हिमाचल में अभी कांग्रेस सत्ता में आई और वायदा किया महिलाओं से कि 1500 रुपया आपको हर महीने दिया जाएगा। आज 9 महीने हो गए, महिलाएं अपना पर्स खोलकर देखती रहती हैं, लेकिन कांग्रेस के नेताओं से, चाहे वो दिल्ली से लेकर प्रदेश तक, पूछती रहती हैं कि 1500 रुपये कब आएंगे, लेकिन 9 महीने बीतने के बाद भी 1500 रुपये नहीं आए। कोरोना के कारण जनगणना और परिसीमन विलंबित हुए हैं, तो स्पष्ट है कि प्रक्रिया में विलंब होगा, किंतु ये कुछ क्षण की देर है, इतने वर्षों का अंधेर नहीं। ये अधिनियम उस कर्मशील नेतृत्व की विचारधारा का प्रण है जिसके यहाँ 3 तलाक से बहनों को मुक्ति मिलने का प्रण है, जिसके यहाँ मातृशक्ति को सम्मान, अधिमान और मान मिलता है। महिलाएं मान्यवर परंपराओं के जाल काटने के लिए बहुत लगन, ध्येय और स्वयंशीलता की आवश्यकता होती है। इसलिए कहा है कि रिवायतें की सफ़े, इसलिए कहा है कि रिवायतें की सफ़े सबसे कट नहीं सकती, कई बरस में कोई एक जाल काटता है। महिला आरक्षण विधेयक पर 27 वर्षों के मौन का जाल, राजनीतिक दलों के गलियारों में इस विधेयक पर पसरे अंधेरे का जाल जिस व्यक्ति ने काटा, उन्हें केवल भारत ही नहीं, समूचा विश्व, भारत की नारी ही नहीं, पूरी सृष्टि की मातृशक्ति आदरणीय नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नाम से जानती है और आने वाले समय में जानेगी। अब इस देश की महिलाएं लोकतंत्र के इस शीर्षतम मंदिर और विधानसभाओं में 33% महिलाओं को देखेंगी। ये देश के इतिहास का सबसे निर्णायक मोड़ है। अब
Do you have a very simple SOP?
If you put filth at the mango tree's root, it becomes sweet mango.
Spokesperson like Sania Mirza written about more than the women's cricketer.
Journalist for some reason doesn't like an athlete. The narrative is very different.
So why have people been so much enticed to come and take over your businesses?
लड़की सुंदर होती है तो उसके पीछे बहुत लड़के आते हैं.
To us normal people, the doctor is somewhere in between us and the God.
When a patient's mother touches my feet, begging to save her child's life, I don't feel empowered. I feel humiliated.
Is it fair to call you an Indophile?
Very much so.
What about China?
A local problem is a global problem.
Suppose if you had donned the seat of the chairman, maybe by now Oxford or Cambridge would have had chairwoman as a legitimate English word.
She is the most qualified.
Giving good value system to children was more important than career.
How do you deal with success and failure?
First thing is to clearly know what you want in life.
Who is Lutyens Media?
It is a bunch of people.
What has Khan Market got to do about
Just
it?
a function of its location.
Duologue with Barun Das, world premiere on Connected TV from September 22nd to 29th at 10 p.m. Only on News9 Live, India's first and only digital exclusive English news stream for Connected TV, supported by Alliance Broadband.
Hello and welcome to this News9 special. The ties between India and Canada has been nosediving. Now, there is only one reason for it, and it is the question of Khalistan. Khalistani elements have been infiltrating Canada's institutions and at the same time has a huge influence when it comes to its current government. And right now, Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, has in fact raised the stakes. He has said that Indian agents were allegedly behind the killing of Nijar, who is a Khalistani terrorist and sympathizer. At the same time, Nijar had openly called for attacks on India, and we have been actually looking at how Khalistan is technically being reborn in certain aspects when it comes to the foreign diaspora as well. Before, in fact, going ahead and discussing about it, in the studio we also have Deepak Bandana, who will join us and also speak about how the impact of this is. But in News9 Plus, we have a series of documentaries on Khalistan. Let me bring you the first part of it. With the mob lynchings and growing terror crime nexus and the resurgence of radical separatist movements, Punjab is on the edge again. But to understand what's happening today, one must revisit the past and the state's history of violence. Let's take a look at this News9 Plus documentary first and then have an understanding of what exactly was happening when it came to the Khalistani aspect.
On 23rd February 2023, supporters of Waris Punjab De head by Amritpal Singh stormed a police station in Ajnala on the outskirts of Amritsar, Punjab. Carrying the holy Guru Granth Sahib and armed with swords and guns, the mob demanded the release of a man accused of kidnapping and assault.
ਸੰਗਤ ਇੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਰਹੂਗੀ, ਸਿੰਘ ਬਾਹਰ ਆਊਗਾ ਤਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਜਾਵਾਂਗੇ।
And Punjab surrendered. This is but the latest series of disturbing incidents that include RPGs being fired at police establishments and drones ferrying drugs and weapons into the state on a daily basis. Punjab has become a powder keg, and now the Frankenstein of Khalistan re-emerges. The questions today are both troubling and numerous. How did Punjab come to this state of lawlessness? Is this the rebirth of the Khalistani movement? And is Punjab doomed to relive a bloody past?
Hi, I'm Ajay Sahni. I'm the Executive Director of the Institute for Conflict Management and the South Asia Terrorism Portal. We focus on terrorism, insurgency, or widespread movements of violence in the South Asia region, and we have among the largest databases in the world on the subject.
At least 2 to 3 years ago, Khalistani elements threatened me as well while I was reporting on Khalistan, and 2 of my senior colleagues in media were called by Khalistani elements from USA, and they threatened him, saying that if Aditya Rajkol doesn't change his stance and reportage, then they will teach me a lesson. I've been covering the Khalistan movement for at least last 8 to 10 years, and I've been mostly tracking Khalistani groups like Babbar Khalsa, Sikhs for Justice, and the Pakistani ISI K2's support to these Khalistani elements. Hi, I'm Aditya Raj Kaul, Executive Editor, Strategic Affairs and National Security News9 Plus, and I'm here to speak about Punjab. Punjab today resounds with an ominous call. Fostered by dissatisfaction, funded by foreign actors, and supported by some rogue elements. Khalistan has coming back to haunt Punjab. But to understand what's happening today, you need to go back to the past. Khalistan aims to establish Sikh rule, a state that is completely ruled by the Sikhs, for the Sikhs, and is of the Sikhs. It does not have the Indian or the Pakistani constitution. It comprises of the Punjab in India and Pakistan, and with Lahore as its main capital.
You see, the idea of Khalistan goes back into the, it was really created by the diaspora community in America, goes back to the late 70s, 76, I think a big advertisement came out in the New York Times about declaration of Khalistan kind of thing. But it was not much of a, it did not get much traction for many, many years. Then you had, of course, the, I would say, state-sponsored rise of Jarnail Singh Phindranwale, who again did not speak of Khalistan at all. However, he did engage in a number of, a whole succession of terrorist actions, an extreme radicalization of the community, of the Sikh community.
But the real killings actually start from 83. The first selective killings of Hindus happened in, it's called the Dhilwa bus massacre. So where they take 6 Hindus out of the bus and slaughter them on Bhindranwale's direct instruction, and that leads to president rule in Punjab.
The sheer shock in those days, the complete collapse of policing, sense of fear, because you see this was not a state. The state police was a